Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like dog. Welcome to your dome. I want you to talk about common sense. I tried to keep it down under the nitty-gritty under 10 minutes. If this is on my YouTube, it will be under 10 minutes. If it's on my TikTok, it'll be under 10 minutes. It should be. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca. Just eccentric in my own manner. But let's get on with the topic for today. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, especially put it down below. I talk really, really quickly sometimes, and I'm sorry if you're slow-minded and you can't follow. But I'm going to make my point in this video, and you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it, whether you like it or goddamn not. So, this video is going to be about attraction. It's going to be about attraction. Like I said before in my previous videos many times over, lots of times the media brainwashes people into believing that this is the common standard of what attraction should be. Lots of times men are low maintenance when it comes down to looking at a woman when it comes down to beauty, while women are high maintenance because of their sister girlfriends or so-called social networking groups. Okay, lots of times since we already know that most people haven't had alpha fathers, as I said this time and time again, most women don't know what true attraction is. Even if a male is taller than she is, even though women look at taller men as a form of a protection or a sexual drive to turn their little lady parts on, they are still not going to understand, okay, that it's not all about attraction. This is why I always tell people, always fall for your type. Lots of times when I talk to women, okay, personally, okay, so I'm a therapist, yes I am, not an institutionalized therapist, okay, you know, but anecdotal-wise, I tell women to always look in the mirror and take off all your makeup. I always say this all of the time. If you want to be beta in your emotions, you shouldn't wear makeup, okay? If you want to be a diva and you want to be masculine, okay, like I tell women all the time, it's not wise. You better start getting out of that box of thinking, that small-minded box. And once you start to realize that if you're a woman looking at a man, and because of your social standards and constructs, and your delusions of grandeur and narcissism within your own self, understand that men don't really put a high standard on a beauty just as women do. They just don't do it. Even though they haven't had alpha fathers, because most of the time, men are looking at just booty and tits and shit. They're not even looking at your face. I've talked to so many women who are ugly in the face, okay, and they were not virgins, okay, and my beauty's a 7, okay, overall. I already know what women call me. They give me a 7. I do have a nice six-pack. I take care of my health. I'm in good peak condition. But when I tell women, I say, hey, you know, just fall for your type. Let's look at who you are in the mirror and just be done with that. Because when you deal with a man who's more attractive than you are, you're going to be fucked up in your head. You're going to get fucked up in your head. Because you're going to be worrying if he's being, you're going to be jealous. You're going to be worried about where he's at. And because you bit off more than you can chew, okay? And as I keep telling people all of the time, a soulmate is who you make them out to be. I do not recommend seeking soulmates nor twin flames. Now, as I said before in the previous video, okay, the difference between a kindred spirit and a twin flame is really someone who complements the opposite of who you are. So I had to make a correction on twin flames. Twin flames are not exactly like kindred spirit. I recommend people try to seek their soulmate, their kindred spirit out, which is very hard to do because most people don't know themselves. So they'll try to make up a character of who that they think that will basically soothe their sexual urges first, okay, and their emotional needs. And as I said before, you shouldn't do this on either side of the coin, okay? It is very important. Cheese. Peace. It is very important to know thyself more than anything else. And I recommended you women to fall for your type, okay? Like, it's okay for men to be a slightly taller than you, or even the same size. But once you get in this conundrum of listening to other women about what attraction is, what the standards are, you're already lost. You're losing points there. And then you lose even more points if you're not a virgin or into polygyny, because your femininity is gone, because you don't understand that the nature of a woman is not to be selfish. You're not supposed to be selfish. It's not in the nature of a woman to be selfish. You're not supposed to do that. When I was younger, I always thought that since my mom was possibly whoring around in the street and feeding off welfare system, I always said, why don't you just find a more powerful man to just share him, okay? If you worried about a man cheating, okay, you know, why is he cheating? Not for just, you know, a lowly type man will usually cheat around and sleep around because he's horny. Okay, that's a nymphomaniac type of beta male guy who's just a buster, okay? But you don't want those guys. That's why you need the approval of your fathers, and you need the approval of your elders to make sure you keep your sexuality in check. Because most of the time when you got men out there running around with their heads cut off, they're only about 25% of the males out there anyway. Okay, and 80% of women tend to gravitate towards those beta males. And as I said before, falling for your type is very important when I'm speaking. Attraction is basically in the eye of the beholder, but some people may see shit as beautiful. Okay, so that person who is a beholder of himself sees shit as beautiful. But to be healthy, okay, is to make sure that you take care of yourself and to be reasonable. It's not about your lady parts feeling tinglies, okay? Like me, if you can't fall for your type or yourself in some kind of way or fashion, you better get with the program and stop watching so much TV. Stop watching these soap operas, brainwashing your own capacity. You're passively destroying yourself, but you don't know it because you see an image of what a natural Western style female is doing. These things are not common sense. I'll be damned if I teach my daughter any of these things. My daughters already know what a prostitute is. They already know how they can control their sexuality at a very young age. They will be highly disciplined. They'll be more like Candace Owens, but a little bit more, you know, freer, okay? Because they know how to choose. They won't be socializing. They'll be more introverted. Hell yeah, because they'll be more educated. But that's all I wanted to say about attraction, guys. And even for you guys who are listening to me, I tell you guys all the time, fall for your type. So if you're a fat fuck, just deal with a fat female. Okay, I know you may say, "Oh, it goes to both ways, baby." It goes both ways. If you're handicapped, you should deal with a handicap. There are plenty of women who are handicapped all across the United States and all across the world. You're just gonna have to settle for that. Now, if you're dealing with someone who's more attractive or even under attractive than yourself, you are biting off more than you can chew. I'm trying to tell you this. Use common sense. Dating someone who's more attractive than you can cause problems. Creating your soulmate can cause problems. Finding your twin flame, okay, can cause problems too, because usually opposites do not attract for me, okay? You know, when I meet a female who just obviously don't have common sense or no education, she's going to be compatible with me. She's not my twin flame. She is not my twin flame. And this, as I said before, a kindred spirit, to correction from the past, I said before in the past, a kindred spirit is someone who is exactly the mirror spitting image of yourself. You cannot disagree with that person unless you don't know thyself. And a twin flame is someone who makes up the missing parts of yourself. They may be completely opposite from who you are. A soulmate is someone you make out to be through all your fantasies. Okay? So it's better to be kindred than the either way, because you ain't going to have it your way or the highway unless you actually meet your kindred spirit, and that's very hard to find. Other than that, that's all I really got to say, guys. I hope you learned something from this goddamn video. Like I said before, I am not Kevin Simp Samuels. I am an elder, okay? I am a generational X. I'm esoteric. I'm far beyond the Kevin Simp Samuels and all those other guys out there. I do not seek validation through the media attention. I am not ambitious. I am an indigo child. I do not do what everyone else does. I am one of the chosen ones. There are many chosen ones. But you got to be careful, because a lot of them will say they're sinners. I do not have any sins. Okay? And I do have magical ability, yes. So other than that, I'm out of here, guys. I love you all, but I hate the many of you, because I'm not Yo Arse, man. I'm not so Peter Pan. That's my youngest daughter there. I'm out of here, guys. My oldest is asleep in another room. Born from Ethiopia, yes, with videos. Yeah, alphas have real videos. I know you guys want to try to copy, but that's a waste of time. Peace.